everybody, this is Sherry from Succulent Babies. Thank you so much for joining me on my YouTube channel, Succulent Babies. Today I am going to sit here and talk to you a little bit about this wonderful, gorgeous plant that is called Sedum Aurora. Okay, Sedum Aurora. And sedum is in a large genesis of flowering plants in the family of the Castellacea members. There's up to 600 species that are known that are basically in this group. This is well known as sedum is known in different names around the world, and people have nicknamed them. Okay, and those nicknames are really interesting to know. Like pink jelly beans, jellies. Everybody has a different name for them, but the scientific name is Sedum Aurora. Sedum Aurora, and I think it says on the succulent listing. Okay, Aurora. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about this beautiful plant, and I just want you to know that the succulent plant itself looks like it is jelly beans. Okay, jelly bean leaves. They look just like jelly beans, and they're very nice. It's a stone crop. Stone crop is known for being able to you can keep them in the pots which they have been growing in, or they are also ground covers, and they like to spread their stem cuttings and their stem roots into the ground. And as you can tell, I have planted one here, and I will unplant her for 1 second so I could show you. And she has her stems. I just did this on my Facebook group, which is called Succulent Babies on Facebook. And so you can see I have a 6-pack container here, and what I do is I just take her and I lay them down in the pot and I let them grow sideways, and then once I get some growth growing, then I'll replant them into another either another pot where they'll basically start to hang. But when they start to hang and you notice that they have their roots coming up from there, their roots come from there, as you can tell there's roots. This needs to be potted sideways. These plants need to be planted sideways because they are a ground cover. So if you buy a pot and you notice that they're hanging out, or they're coming down, cascading down, that's okay too. But the roots of the plant are seeking, it needs support. Okay, and if they flowered, which is beautiful flowers in the summer, these have already gotten done flowering, but they produce yellowish white flowers in the summer, which is amazing. And then all of a sudden you see new growth. You see these. Let me get a little closer. So this gets tall. It gets up to about 6 inches in height and about 15 centimeters. It spreads out to about 36 inches, so that's about 90 centimeters. And like I said, the summertime is the time that they are flowering, and as you can tell, they have flowered here. And it's just so pretty. Look at that one. I mean, like, come on now. Okay, so on Succulent Babies, my Facebook group, I do sell these for $1 a stem cutting. I don't think that you'll find it any place cheaper unless somebody gives you a cutting or trades you for it for free. Succulent Babies is my Facebook group, and I am just totally in love with this plant. I am totally in love with this plant. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the care for that plant. Okay, the plant always has the water storing leaves, as we know in all succulents. This genesis of about 600 species, they were found primarily in the northern hemisphere, and they extended into the southern hemisphere in Africa and in South America. So that's amazing. I gotta tell you something. I think the succulents are going to take over the world. Honestly, I really do. I really think that they're going to take over the world. They're everywhere. The plants vary from an annual to creeping herbs to shrubs, and the flowers would usually have about 5 petals, seldom 4 or 6. So we're typically twice as many stamens as petals. Okay, so basically that's telling you that the plant's starting it all over again. It's starting its growth, and we could talk about how plants grow in a later video that I intend to show everybody and teach everybody. So easy information. So whenever you come onto my YouTube channel, have a little notebook or a journal that you could just jot down all this information, and if you need to come back to it, you can screenshot the pictures. Okay, or you could go on the internet, and there's a bunch of pictures on the internet, especially from the World of Succulents, and it's the World of Succulents group that I go on, and I find all these pictures. Here's one right here I can show you. Okay, this is on the World of Succulents, and it's showing you their plant. Okay, so let's talk about this. We can grow this indoors. This is a really good plant to have indoors. It grows easily inside. Okay, and so like I was talking to you about how many there are many, and if you go on the this one here, I'm going to give you a little time to write it down. And so this one has about 10 pages of all the different kinds that you can have, all the different kinds, and the list is about 10 pages long. And if you want to see which each and every one looks different from each other, you can do that as well. If you're really interested in learning about it, which I am, I do have a lot of plants. Owning a nursery and being able to find out all this information, there's some on here that, there's some that are very commonly known, like donkey's tail, burrito tail is a sedum. So you'll learn, which ones are what. And if you come on to Facebook, Succulent Babies is my group. I have identification series videos, and I do the same thing that I'm doing here on YouTube, but I'm also selling my plants on there. So if you would like to keep me as somebody that you would like to purchase from, I'm a 5-star review business on Facebook, and I have a lot of plants that I sell, and I sell them at not expensive prices, affordable. I have a dollar deal club that you join for $5 for the month, and then you get all my dollar deals at $1 each, and then you also get free plants from me for the dollar deal clubs. I have a children's succulent monthly subscription for succulents and teaching them. I have a grandson, and my grandson really likes learning about all these plants, and they're very easy for him to take care of. And you can create little gardens that will help children appreciate planting and taking care of them. And the list just goes on and on. I also have raffles. I give away really one-of-a-kind succulents and cactus. And yeah. And when it comes to all these plants, whether it's a sedum or just basic, any kind of succulents, I have anything that you need that is available as a wholesaler nursery person. I can ship out to like Australia and places like that, and I have clearance permits and license, and there's not much that I can not say. I have such a great group of people, of over 4,000 and something people. And when it comes to learning about succulents, I'm just not putting out there that I sell these. I also want to teach you how to take care of them, because if you don't take care of them and you buy them, people end up with plants that have not lasted, that have died off. So I come on here and I teach you how to take care of them, as well as describe them, and basically tell you their needs. So if we're talking about their sedums being ornamental, they're cultivated into gardens. Okay, they're interesting. They're attractive appearance. I think they're so pretty. Their hardiness. Some are cold hardy but don't tolerate heat. So you gotta learn. You gotta get up on these websites, like I just mentioned to you, where you're gonna find out the species that are different and their requirements of how you take care of them. Some of them will not tolerate cold. Some of them will not tolerate heat. So there's been a couple of them that have been cultivated, hybrid ones, and those are really amazing. There's Autumn Joy, there's Bertram Anderson, Ruby Glow. I don't know if you know about all these new ones ones that have come out, but they're really, really super, super amazing. The leaves are stone crops. They are edible, but although you should not use them to eat. I'm not suggesting that you eat, but as a food, they're saying most stone crops are edible. So people have reported that they have ate these. Okay, so there's some that you should not, not eat. A lot of people in Europe use it in their salads as a herb, including the United Kingdom. Okay, some of them in the British Columbia area were eating them as well. Okay, so some of them are not really, very tasty. Some of them are sour. They got alkaline. You got to be careful of the acidity taste of these. I'm not putting it out there for you guys to go take these and eat these. I'm just coming off to show you this information. You could use it as a roof covering, which is interesting. Where people had preferred grass to their roofs, now they're using sedums. So it would take probably like 450,000 square feet, about 42,000 things of sedum to plant. Okay? So Rolls-Royce motor cars plant in Goodwood, England, they have a 242,000 square foot complex where the roof is covered, and it's the largest one in the United Kingdom. Again, that is the Rolls-Royce motor cars plant in Goodwood, England. Okay? Also, the Nintendo of America's roof is covered in some 75,000 square feet of sedum. Okay? There's a lot of information on this one. If you want to look it up again, I'm going to put it here. You can screenshot it, and you can go into finding all this other information about observations and how the roof was created to inspire people to plant this. And then there's other links that will hold your attention as well. Always a vast amount of information. And also then, if you go on the world of succulents, you'll basically see how to take care of them, and then the names and how to grow them. And basically letting them grow laying down on the ground is where it all started out as. So if you are putting them in a pot and they don't grow straight up, they're not going to, because they're going to start falling over, they get very heavy, and then they cascade over the pot. But then the stem roots are always seeking to be able to be planted, as you can tell right here. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, please leave a comment and I will reply to you as soon as I see it. I thank you for coming on to my YouTube channel. Please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to it. I'm just out here trying to give you guys a heads up on all the succulent information that you should know about if you're into succulents, or if you want to be into succulents. And this is one of the really easy plants to start growing in terms of propagation. I do sell them again on my Facebook group called Succulent Babies. And this is Sherry Noda, and I thank you all for coming on. You guys have a great Friday, wonderful weekend. Thank you.